if this is your first time on the channel, my name is Jackie, and right here I share information to help you move abroad, to different countries, different pathways. There's always something for everyone on my channel, regardless of your education, status, your professional history, your occupation, your age, your budget, your family, whether you have dependents on whatever it is, that is going on with you. There is info on my channel for you. Everyone can migrate abroad. I always say it, everybody can, nothing should stop you. There's always a pathway for you. You just need to know how to find it, and my channel is the best place to find, what is best for you, because I talk about everything, and I consider everybody when I create my content. It's not just for a select set of people. Even if you stumble on a particular video that is not for you, be rest assured the one that come tomorrow or next will be for you. There's always something for everyone. Okay, so if you're interested in content that will help you to move abroad, then please subscribe to the channel, all right, and turn on the post notification bell so that every time I share a new video, you'll be notified and you just get to watch it. All right, most people that are here, that you always see here every day and come early, probably got a notification, that we're going to be here. So try and do that. So when you click the subscribe button, beside it, you're going to see a bell icon. So click on the bell icon as well. All right. That is how you get notified when I share videos. Okay. So now let's talk about Canada. So this pathway is closing soon, and many people don't know about it. Even today, when I had, one-on-one consultation with people today, I mentioned this to someone and the person did not know about it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there are actually people that don't know that this is actually happening. So let me talk about it before it closes, because this may be your last chance to apply for this. And it's a pathway to go work in Canada without needing to write IELTS. Like, you don't need to write IELTS, before you travel to Canada. You don't need a job offer as well, so it's truly amazing, because getting a job offer from Canada is like the hardest thing. Like, from outside Canada is like the hardest thing if you are not like highly skilled. Canada is looking for like really highly skilled workers, and not just highly skilled in certain professions that are in shortage in the country, right? And those occupations where there is high demand and they don't have enough workers currently in Canada to take up those jobs, like among the citizens and the permanent residents, so they are looking, outside to hire. So if you're not among those like super skilled people, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a job. Even the highly skilled people, like highly skilled in demand professions and everything, still find it difficult sometimes to get jobs from overseas. And then how many people are in this category of people that are like highly skilled? So this other pathway accommodates everybody, like everyone and everyone. There is no education requirements for this at all. There's no work experience requirements. It's just like the best, to move to Canada. So it's something you guys should really take advantage of. Okay, so I just thought I should talk about this to give you enough time to send in your applications before it closes. All right. And if you want to start a side hustle, there's this amazing one that I do, and I have been talking about it here on my channel, and many of the subscribers here have joined that business, and it's so amazing. We have a group where we share ideas, we help one another on how to make money, to fund their relocation, because that is what I did as well, and also to help with your living expenses when abroad. I started this business while I was still living in Nigeria, and through this business it helped me a great deal, and I now live abroad and I have passive income that is coming in from this business every month, a business I started over 4 years ago. And what is this business, you may be wondering? It is publishing on Amazon KDP. So KDP has become so popular in recent times, and I started over 4 years ago, interestingly. STACKLEE helped me when I started. They trained me from scratch. I knew nothing about KDP. They trained me and also let me know I could publish public domain books, which I don't have to write. You don't need to be a writer to do this. You don't need to be an editor. STACKLEE has put together all the book manuscripts for you, so you can just buy it from STACKLEE and publish, and you can be making money as early as 24 hours. So they have 3 manuscript packs available right now. One is 60, a pack of 60 books, a pack of 150 books, and a pack of 300 books. So you can buy any of these packs that you can afford and start. I started with a pack of 300. You can start with anyone you can afford, right? And you can make up to $8,000 every month. That is really good. So check the links in the description box to buy your pack from STACKLEE. And when you do, please send me an email so I can add you to our KDP group so we can interact and help you to succeed in your business. In case you don't know, right? You can actually get a job in Canada as a visitor, as a tourist. You can actually like get a visitor visa or a tourist visa to Canada. And then when you're in Canada, you explore the labor markets, you get a job, look for a job, get a job. And when you get a job offer, you apply for a work permit while still in Canada without having to travel back to your country to apply for a work permit. There are many countries, not many countries do this, okay? Like in the UK, for example, you can't go to the UK on a tourist visa and then apply for switch it to a work permit. You can't do that. You can't do that in the US. There is no clear, you can't do that. Okay. So if you happen to go to UK as a visitor and you get a job, you have to like travel back to your country to apply for the visa, the work visa, then come back into the UK. But for Canada, you can go as a tourist, get a job, and just apply for your work permit while still in Canada. Everything is done online, and then you start working. All right. So every tourist, everybody that goes to Canada on a visit visa, tourist visa, you can explore the labor market while still in Canada. All right. So yeah, Paul, you can go check it out. You can go check it out. Okay. So yeah, so this actually started in 2020. August of 2020 is when this policy actually started. And when it was announced, they said that it was going to end in February of 2022. Okay. It was a pilot program that they started for 2 years. And then towards the end of 2022, they saw that they still had need, to allow visitors to get to join, explore the labor market, and also allow employers to actually explore, talents from the, just to expand their pool, to be able to hire tourists as well because of the extreme labor shortage in Canada. So there is so much labor shortage, right? But the challenge employers in Canada have with hiring overseas talents is the paperwork, all the things they have to do to get LMIA. It's really tough on employers, I must say. So even when they don't have enough talents in Canada among the citizens and permanent residents, it's really difficult for them to hire overseas workers because of all they have to go through, to do that. So anyway, this was published in February 28th of 2023 when they extended it because it was to end that last year. But since there was still shortage, they extended it by another 2 years. And 1 year is gone already. I remember doing this video back in February 28th, when this was announced. I did a video, to let you guys know that this policy had been extended for another 2 years. And just, in a twinkle of an eye, 1 year has gone already. So we are left with just 1 year. So this policy is going to end in 1 year. And while 1 year seems like so far away, you know how long it takes to get a tourist visa to Canada, depending on which country you're applying from. It could take even 1 year to get your visa approved, to Canada. It takes time. All right. So you can see it here. Foreign nationals who are in Canada as visitors and who have received a valid job offer will continue to be able to apply for and receive a work permit without having to leave the country. Visitors applying under this public policy who held a work permit within the last 12 months will also continue to be able to request interim work authorization to begin working for their new employer more quickly. All right. So set to expire today, that February 28th. This COVID era temporary public policy has been extended by 2 years until February 28th, 2025. And we're already in February 2024. So we have just 1 year left. So if you want to take advantage of this, go to Canada as a tourist or a visitor, yeah, and apply for a work permit while still in Canada. This is something you need to do immediately. All right, you need to take action immediately. You need to apply for this visa immediately because of the time it takes to get your visa approved, right? So you need to really apply for this immediately. All right. So let's see. Prior to this temporary policy change, those applying to work in Canada would typically need to apply for their initial work permit before they came to Canada and all of that. That's how it works. But now you can do that inside Canada. And to be eligible to apply, what do you need to do to be able to take advantage of this? Number one, have valid status in Canada as a visitor on the day you apply. So you must apply for your work permit before your tourist visa expires. That is what it means. So even if you have like 1 day to the expiration of your tourist visa and you send in your application for a work permit, you are good. But please don't allow your tourist visa expire before you do that, because once it expires, there is no room for you to change it to a work permit. You're going to be illegal in the country. And I didn't send you guys that one, I only send you the legal stuff. All right. So please try and apply before it expires. And then you have a valid job offer that is supported by a labor market impact assessment or an LMIA exempt offer of employment. And then you need to submit your application for your work permit no later than February 28, 2025. Okay. So the last day you have to apply for your work permit as a visitor in Canada is February 28, 2025. All right. So please try and take advantage of this and also meet all the standard admissibility criteria. Okay. So let me even show you something else. To show you just another info to just buttress the point that yes, this is something that you can do. All right. So this is also from the Canada immigration website as well. So apply online under a public policy. That is to show you, how to apply for a work permit in Canada as a visitor. Okay. If you've ever applied for a Canada visa or anything Canada, you would know that they usually take you through a series of questions before you arrive at what you're supposed to apply for. Okay. So everything is like personalized based on all these answers that you give all through the process. So I gave my answers like, okay, the first one was, I want to apply for a work permit in Canada. I am a visitor, blah, blah, blah. That's how I got here. Okay. So apply online under a public policy. Normally, visitors can't apply for work permits from inside Canada, but due to a temporary policy change, visitors can apply online for an employer-specific work permit. So what an employer-specific work permit means that it's a work permit that indicates the name of the employer, how long you're going to work, and it also indicates the location where you can work as well. It's not like an open work permit. It's tied to a particular employer. So that is what this means. Okay. Yeah. So, and it says you must stay in Canada while we process your application. If you leave while your application is being processed, you won't be eligible under this public policy. So once you apply for your work permit, you can't leave Canada. You have to stay put in Canada until the work permit has been processed. Once you leave, that's it. That application is null and void. And then you apply for your employer specific work permit between August 24, 2020, that's when it started, and February 28, 2025, that is when it's going to close. Yeah. And applications submitted before or after these dates are not eligible. So anything after February 28th of 2025 is not going to be eligible. So try and do that like ASAP. And then you must be a visitor with valid status when you apply for the work permit and all of that and all of that. Okay. So I just showed you all that info so that you can know that this is real, because there are always those people that will tell you their neighbor said it's not possible. Meanwhile, their neighbor is not Canada immigration. I always wonder. So this is Canada immigration telling you what you can do in Canada as a tourist. Okay, so it is completely legal, like legal. Okay, and not every country does this. So if you want to explore this kind of opportunity where you can move abroad as a tourist and then settle in the country, please do it with a country that says it is illegal. Okay, normally a tourist visa, a visit visa means you go to visit and then you leave the country at the end of your stay. Okay, so if you're going with any other motive, that is completely illegal and I don't recommend it. Okay, so only go to a country that has said that yes, tourists can apply for their work permit. And I have mentioned about 3 countries on my channel where you can get this done. I've talked about Canada, I've talked about Lithuania, and I've talked about New Zealand. Currently, as at today, these 3 countries, it's legal for you to go there as a tourist. And then when you get a job offer, you apply for your work permit while still in the country. Okay. Please don't do it with a country that does not have a clear path to a tourist settling. Please don't do that. Explore the ones that have said it is legal. All right. So that being, um, you can see that time is of the essence because it takes time for your Canadian tourist visa to be approved, depending on the country you're applying from. And most of my viewers, most of you guys watching this video, you are probably in a country where it's going to take time. Like if you're in African countries, most especially, Canadian tourist visa takes so long. And I don't know. And it's not like it's for everyone. You can see, you can do, like personally, the Canadian visa applications I have done for people. There was in one day, like I did 2 applications, 2 Canada tourist visas for people, like 2 in one day. And one of them, they got a response within a month, and he was in an African country. He was in an African country, as a matter of fact. He got a response within a month. And then the second application I did, it's been like 3 months so far, and there's been no response on that visa yet. It's still processing. All right. So that's basically how it is. So you need to like take action immediately. So go and apply for your visas if you want to go on this pathway, okay? But one thing I would advise, before you do this, try and get valuable skills. If you're not like, if you don't have like a clear career history or anything, try and get valuable skills that are in demand in Canada. You can just search in demand skills or occupations in Canada, gain those skills. Anything IT, there are easy IT skills you can get, and whatever, even trade skills like plumbing, welding, things like that. You can also learn them ahead of time so that once you get to Canada, you can get their licenses and whatever, and get into that. The pay is like so much for all those trade skills. Like the pay is like, you could be earning higher than doctors. They pay so much, that's what I mean. So you can try that, you can get into all of that before you move to Canada. Okay, don't just go to Canada like, and then no one can employ you. Try and be valuable in the labor market before you try this. Okay. All right. So let's see tomorrow. All right. Let's try and see tomorrow. Join us again tomorrow. And there's no specific time. So please just subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so that once I'm on, you'll be notified and you get to join us. Okay. And also give the video a thumbs up. Can you move with your wife? Yeah, you can move with your family, everybody, parents, extended. Anyone can apply for a tourist visa. So you can apply for anyone, grandparents, great grandparents, everyone, aunties and uncles. You can move with everybody on this pathway. And when they get there, they would find their way because you can only apply for your spouse and children on your work permits. Everybody will look for their own work permits at the end of the day. Anyway, that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow again, okay? Take care. Do something that is going to move you closer to your migration. Take action, okay? Whatever it is, do something that takes you closer to actualizing your dream, okay? Bye.